Finally here, Agona in Sabah, and you're wondering, what is TV3 New Day doing here? We're here at the new plush Michael Blackson Academy, and this is a building that the comedian put up just to provide free education to people in the community. And for him, he says that this is his way of giving back, and this is a way of encouraging as many successful people across the world, especially the diasporans, to return back home to their native lands and give back to the community. He's in there. We're going to speak to him. Come along. So here he is. Let's meet him. Hello.
Hey.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh my days. I'm excited to meet you, and congratulations on this.
Thank you very much.
This is beautiful. And even the story behind it. But of course, I'm going to ask you, for the sake of people who don't really know, what was the inspiration behind Michael Blackson Academy?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I mean, it started a very long time ago.
Okay.
I remember coming back to Ghana for the first time after being gone as a kid, which was in 2001.
Oh, okay.
I finally, because you can't come home without no money in your pocket.
Yeah.
So I remember 2001. By 2001, I had just did my first movie. It just came out, the movie next Friday. I was kind of like a little bit popular in the States. A hood star, you call it, a ghetto superstar. Right? And then I made a little bit of money, and I'm like, okay, let me go home now.
Like how much?
Oh my, not much. Let me see.
Like $50,000?
No, I wish. No.
Oh, it wasn't that much?
No, but at that I didn't make much from the movie, but but the movie gave me exposure.
Yes, it did.
To make money doing stand-up.
Okay.
Probably at that time. Let me see. What do I think I had in my life? I might have had $10,000 to my name.
Oh, okay.
Saved up in the bank.
I see.
That's a long time ago. So I probably had $10,000 in my name. I said, okay, I got $10,000. I'm rich.
Yeah. Then I'm sure that was a lot of money.
Yes, a lot of money. So I'm like, I'm ready to go home now. I have envelopes for everybody.
Yeah.
So I came home 2001. I remember 2001 very well. John Kufuor just got inaugurated as president. I remember watching on television.
Okay.
And I was in Ashama when this happened. I went to Ashama. That's where my grandfather had a house there. And in fact, and then we used to usually go there when I started coming back. That's why I was going. Sometimes I come out to here to Sabah. If I didn't feel like doing that 2-3 hour drive, I was chilling on Shama. And then I'm walking around doing school hours, and I'm seeing kids selling food. I'm like, how he got a job? He ain't got no education.
Yeah.
I never understood why little kids, because in America, school is like it's pretty much mandatory.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you have a kid and he's not in school, parents could get arrested.
Yeah.
I mean, it's against the law not to have your kid in school, because school is free everywhere. And there's no expense in America for school. And I realized that in Ghana and a lot of parts of Africa, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes there are government schools which are free, but it still come with little expenses.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if it's a free government school, that means it's gonna fill up really fast, and there'll be no room. Or they're over capacity at times. And a lot of time that's why a lot of these kids are not going to school.
Yeah.
And then I remember going to one of the local private schools to get an idea of what it costs. Why, and it was, at that time, it was about $80 a year for like a 4th or 5th class 3 was like $80 a year back in 2001. You was a little girl.
Yeah, I was. I probably was like 9.
Exactly.
8, yeah, 9, 10, thereabout. Yeah. How old were you then?
My soccer age, my regular age.
Regular.
I was 10 years old.
Okay, soccer would be what, 6? Okay. But 80 for a year, that wasn't too expensive then, was it?
No, it wasn't. It didn't seem too expensive then. And I remember, I don't know how I met with 4 parents, and I'm like, okay, let me pay for your kids to go to school.
Yeah.
For a few years, because these kids should not be walking around. And then I said, I got to do something about this. Yeah. So this vision was in my head, 20 years ago. But I only had $10,000. Yeah. You can build nothing for that kind of money. But then I started saving towards it.
Okay.
And once, about 15 years later, I was getting close. And I remember 2019 was when I said, okay, I think I'm ready to stop.
Okay.
And then I remember just trying to figure out where I wanted it. And I just figured I'd go in Saban probably, with it being so far from everything, it probably needed more help.
Okay.
It needed more, I think the kids are a lot more less fortunate than the kids closer to Ashama. Even though we have poor kids everywhere.
I know.
You know. And I figured out, and my mom said, hey, we have a land here. So I'm okay. That we don't have to go through the problem of a land. I know Ghana has a lot of land issues, you know, and I wanted to make sure I had a land that had no problem.
Okay.
And this is the land of my grandmother.
Okay.
You know, this is where she had an old house there, and I said, okay, Mom.
Wait, on this compound?
Compound, right there.
Oh.
That compound right there was where it was a house there.
Okay.
And, you know, and about 2019, 2020, right before the pandemic, I remember that, and I said, okay, Mom, let's use the land. We gotta tear that old house down. Let's build a new house.
Okay.
You know, let's build a church. Church is at
Wait,
the end.
there's a church here?
At the end, yeah. The end, that little house is a church.
Why a church though?
Well, that's how my life started. My mother's an evangelist.
Okay.
You know, preaching the gospel is what got me where I am today.
Yeah.
I was doing that as a little boy.
Oh.
Yes, my mother had 7 children by my father. And gave her life to Christ and just took us all away preaching the gospel in different villages.
I see.
So, you know.
So you're number what?
I'm number 6.
Unbelievable.
Number 6, I'm the youngest son.
Wow.
So my mom had 5 boys.
Okay.
Called us the Blackson 5, the Jackson 5.
What happened to that? Did you ever start like a music career along the line or something?
I'm Michael, like Michael Jackson. He was the most talented one.
I see. You built a house for your mom?
Built my mom.
And a church?
And a church. And then, you know, actually the houses first.
Yeah.
Because we had to tear that down.
Yeah.
And then started building a school. And we knew the church was going to be small, so it wouldn't take long. You know, but the biggest vision was the school and letting kids come get education for free. And that's the thing, I never, you know, even with me as a kid, we was poor, we had nothing. You know, I went to the States, fortunately school was free there, you know, and I never thought that education should come with some kind of financial barrier.
But you say you were poor as a kid.
Very poor.
There were 6 of you.
7.
7 of you.
I'm the youngest son, right. It was
All
7
of you eventually ended up in the US somewhere?
Little by little. When I came back in 2001, I haven't seen my brothers in 15 years.
So you were the first to go to the US?
My younger sister was the first.
Okay.
And then my mom took me and the baby. And then she came back. My mom, you know, she did run around the world preaching the gospel. Eventually, she started out in villages to Liberia, to like different Ivory Coast, preached there, and then she left us a lot with people, a lot of the church people.
Okay.
And that's why my chew is so bad, you know.
Oh. Uchinye. Basa fanti because Swedru waka fanti.
Fanti.
Inti eti fanti na.
Hey, crack. Hey, babe.
What is a crack?
Me tissue. Me pound chop.
I thought at least you'd get that. Michael.
But what happened is a lot of, you know, Ghanaians that speak it that on the States, it's because their parents are home with them and speaking it to them.
Yeah, but you
I didn't
were
have
there
that.
by yourself.
It was all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, but God had a plan. You can't. When God has a plan, you know, a lot of, like I grew up without my father. My mother left us because she, you know, and took us away. And sometimes you think like, goodness, you know, kids are mommy, daddy, happy home. And I'm like, you know what? If I had that, I won't be here right now.
Where was your dad all this while?
He was here.
Okay, but he didn't take care of you.
Well, he was here. I don't know the history. My mother, I never really sat down with my mom to find out exactly what happened with her and my dad.
Okay.
I just knew she gave her life to Christ and she had to go a different path.
I see.
That's all.
Let's go take a seat in one of the classrooms. Okay. I'm not sure which class this would be.
Hey, this is where your daughter's gonna go, right here.
Okay, yeah. So I might as well sit here.
Sit down. Tonight, sit.
Yeah, Medad. Oh, at least, finally, you said something. Finally. But this is lovely. And you're talking about free tuition.
Free.
If you've invested so much in, you know, this institution, why would you make it free?
Because I was blessed, so I believe in getting blessing back.
Okay.
I mean, this is something that my heart was touched to do, you know. And I'm hoping, you know, I sat and thought about it. I'm like, God, I think about every other African artist or entertainer or athlete that like make money.
Yeah.
Like if we all went back home and did something, do you know what difference it would make to the children?
Yeah.
It was just something in my heart to do. It's just I just said to myself, I'm gonna take a fraction of my income and I'm gonna do this for free. There's nothing I haven't made a penny in Ghana. You know what I made some money? I hosted a party New Year's Eve and got paid to do it. That's the only money I made. But besides that, I make no money in Ghana. I will tell you this, Ghana do have great government bonds and treasury bills. So the only thing you make money where your money can make you money.
Invest in
your money can make you money.
Yeah.
You know.
But how many levels do we have in this school, by the way?
Well, the goal, because I knew that senior high was free. Like I know that's free, so I didn't want to touch that because that's free for everybody. So my main concern was, you know, kindergarten to GS to
JHS, yes, three. Yeah.
So that's where it's going to end up at that. So my eventual goal is to let the kids grow here. And I actually got that advice from John Kufuor. I met with him like 6 months ago, and I told him what I'm about to do. Because at that moment I was thinking, okay, I'll open up the school, kindergarten all the way to GS3, filled up.
Yeah.
That was my plan. And he's like, that'd be a lot. Don't pour the pressure on yourself. Let the kids grow here.
Okay.
So start them young. And I figure out maybe kindergarten to class 3 is young enough.
Yeah.
Or like 10 years old and under. That we groom them up.
So then they'll
move up and then you won't come and so forth and so forth.
Oh.
So it won't be filled up for probably another 4 years.
I see. When are you officially opening the school up?
In 2 days.
Oh, in 2 days. That's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
How has the community reacted to this?
No, it was great. You know, I met with the chief, got his blessing. In fact, I'm going to see him again in a couple of hours. He's coming to my soccer match that I have going on. They're well welcome. I heard little rumors that people that own private school were not too happy with it.
In this community, obviously, because you're making this free, so
right. So that's going to take their kids away.
Yeah.
But that's you should be happy that you know some unfortunate kids get the chance to. And I would hope that the less fortunate kids would more be selected and come more than the fortunate ones. You know, because this is really made for kids who parents cannot afford for them. You know, with Ghana, you know, everybody's gonna say I can afford it.
Yeah.
You know, so it is what it is.
How are you funding all of this? Is everything from your
completely
account?
out of my pocket, out of my account.
You don't have any support from donors?
No donors. And you know, and this here is my baby.
Okay.
You know, this is something I completely want to do on my own. I've never been the type to ask. And I've been told, Mike, go ask for money. It's not in me to ask for money. Yeah. This is my baby. Now, if anybody want to help, they'll be to go towards another school.
Okay.
Because there are unfortunate kids all over the place. You know, I don't want this to be my only mission, but this is my personal. This here is I'm gonna fund this out of my pocket with no help, no money.
I see. I'm asking this. Okay.
But don't worry. I'm not going to turn down no help.
Of course.
But I'm not. You know, this here is my personal responsibility.
I see. I'm asking this because I saw a news headline that said that you had partnered Fuse ODG to some extent.
Partner who?
Fuse ODG, and I wasn't sure if that was even true or not. That's why I'm asking
Partner
you.
as what? As far as what?
Well, in putting up this building in the beginning when you had started.
No. When I started, he came to take a look because I wasn't too satisfied with my contractors, and he's from this. He know Ghana a little bit more than I did.
Okay.
So I brought him along just to like get his advice on the contractors, see if I have to replace him.
I see. That's basically nothing about investing some money.
This was completely done all by myself, my own money. Did this. Funny money, comedy money.
What is that one thing that you want the pupils who come to this school to take away? And I'm asking this based on your experience getting educated in the U.S.
But the only thing these kids have to promise me, because my eventual goal is when they get to GS3 and they're about to graduate and go somewhere else, I'm working on getting at least maybe the top 1 or top 4 kids to go to a boarding school abroad.
Ooh.
That's what I'm working on. So I have a few years to work on that.
Yeah.
And that'll be my goal, and I will get it done. You know, and because give them a dream. Like kids here would never have that vision. A lot of them never seen an airport before. They never never been on a crowd.
Yeah.
So you know, my venture goal is to get 1 to 4 kids a year to go abroad, and get an opportunity like I got one.
Yeah.
And then, but the one thing I have to come and give back. That's one thing they have to promise me.
Yeah.
You have to come and give back. Don't go and forget. Don't go and forget where you came from.
And that's the thing. I mean, a lot of people say that when you talk about Ghana, it's like it's only Accra-centered. Everybody forgets about the other regions. And we've seen that even with, you know, beyond the return, a lot of the diasporans coming into Ghana, and it's like everybody's in Accra, everybody's enjoying Accra. The farthest they would go is Elmina Castle, you know, to reconnect with their past, but then that's it. Nobody really travels to the other regions. What are we not doing right in order to sell Ghana holistically?
Well, I think we're on the way.
Okay.
You know, other parts on the way. People are Kumasi getting very popular.
Yeah.
You know, because that Shanti is so powerful worldwide. And it's going to be our job, a person like me, to introduce the rest. You know, because I got to take a little bit of credit. I think I made Ghana a little bit more popular.
Yeah.
To my diaspora. You know. And I think, and I continue to do that. I don't know anything about Tamale and Takoradi and the Voltage region and all of that. So we have to, we just have to find special things in those different places to attract people.
Yeah.
And we'll make it happen. I mean, Ghana is a beautiful place, and the thing about it, man, especially my Black Americans who are looking for identity, I'm like, this is where you guys, this is where your life started. This is where you came from. So, you know, I want everybody to eventually come home. Come back, you know, and then it's so much more to explore than just Accra.
Is that the main reason they're coming, because they're looking for an identity and they're trying to reconnect with their roots, or is it more because Ghana has been sold as the party hub for Christmas and so everybody wants to come here, let their hair down?
Well, it's a combination. I think when they come and see a party, then they fall in love.
Yeah.
Last time I was here, I brought 4 of my friends, 2 from California, 2 from Texas. They all like, I'm ready to buy a house here. They fell in love.
Wow.
You know, and trust me, when I came back home, I fell in love all over again. You know, and sometimes you don't appreciate something till you leave and come back and go everywhere else. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's all cool over there in the Western world, you know, but it's not that easy there either. It's not that easy. It's not as easy as people think it is.
What makes it difficult?
Well, you know, you work just to pay bills. It's like you don't have, you know, Africa is real freedom to me.
Yeah.
You know, you come out here to the club, you know you're gonna go home at nighttime.
Yeah.
You go to America, you might not make it home.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, it's a lot more positive things about here than over there, believe it or not. You know, if you take away the money out of the Western world, there'd be nothing there for me. You know, if I could sleep here every night and fly and go to work,
you do that.
Then I'll do that. It's just too long of a flight. But yeah, so comedy's going great. I mean, the guy is throwing more blessings on me. Tyler Perry gave me my own show.
Yeah.
I have a whole sitcom where I play a teacher.
You are kidding.
I'm just, I play a teacher.
Huge.
They're so huge. So I met him a few years ago at a Jay-Z benefit event.
Okay.
You know, and I had worked with him prior. I did a cameo in a movie called Nobody's Fool, starring Tiffany Haddish. Okay. And then that's how I worked with him the first time. And then when I ran into him again at the Jay-Z event, I said, hey, I have a TV show idea. He said, okay, take my number, you know, hit me up. And I text him.
Just like that?
Just like that. Text him 2 days later, hey, who's this? Michael Blackson. Oh, mother sucker, right? And then I said, hey, I have a show idea. He put me through his people. We met with them. You know, talk about the show ideas I had. And then we didn't hear nothing back till like COVID happened, things happened. So during COVID, during the end of COVID, you know, I didn't hear back. So I decided, okay, let me work on something else. And then me and another buddy of mine put another show idea together. Jamie Foxx became a producer on the show. You know? So he's a fan, big fan. So we pitched this show to BET. Yeah. And they said it's a go. They want it. A week after they said they wanted it, I get a call from Tyler Perry. Hey, Mike, Monday show we discussed. I'm ready to make it happen. I had to make a decision where I want to go. Exactly. Isn't that amazing when God, now you go from having nothing to like now you got to pick.
Between Jamie
producing the show and Tyler. And I had to go.
And you picked. Why did you let go of Jamie?
Well, it wasn't much a letting go of Jamie. It was just like the teacher idea. I think was more of. It just goes well with what I got going on. You know, I'm opening up a school and I'm playing the teacher on a TV show. So
That's really
I had to go. I went. It was more of the, you know, because don't get it wrong. The other idea was a brilliant idea. You know, it was, and that idea could be done later.
Yeah.
The TV show, the TV teacher one had to be done now. That's what I felt.
I see. This is interesting. When is Tyler coming to Ghana? You need to pull him.
Oh, he's gonna come.
He is?
We'll get him coming. I'm gonna get him out here.
I can't wait to meet him. Final thing I want you to say to a lot of people, especially the comedians in Ghana, because like you said, sometimes people say you're not funny and it's only because they hate you. We get a lot of people making those comments about Ghanaian comedians, and it sort of, you know, kills their vim a bit. What would you say to encourage them?
I actually ran into a few of them at the University of Ghana. So Dave Chappelle was in Ghana.
I saw that, yeah.
Had some kind of something with Chase the Rapper.
Yeah,
and I went
that,
there.
Yeah.
And the comedians it was so many of them. I had no idea.
There are.
You know, and the thing about comedy, man, they need a place to work out. To become great, you have to be on stage every week.
Yeah.
I'm on stage. If I don't go on stage for 2 weeks, I'm not together. You have to go on stage every week. I mean, it's like any job. It's like we work out. If you don't work out one day, something happens. And that's what comedy is. To keep fresh and tight, you have to be on that stage every week. So they need a place. I mean, me and Dave did talk about comedy club.
Okay.
In Accra.
Yeah, in Accra, okay.
In Accra. So there's definitely, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
So expect something in the next couple of years. And me, I'm the type, when I say stuff,
it actually happens. I mean, we've seen evidence of that.
Thank you very much.
But you're going to be working with a lot of these local comedians.
Definitely.
Well.
Once we get the comedy club, and you'll have a home to work in. That's the thing. So we'll have a place. We have the comedy club. We have a home for them to work in. They could start off being like MCs or just the opening acts, and you just bring a bigger name to close the show. Because a headliner is what bringing the audience.
Okay.
So bring the audience to check out these little guys. And they just need a place to work out. And we are naturally funny people. We're naturally talented.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse than a waste of talent.
I know. Anyway, this has been exciting. I wanted to just go out to wrap up on this conversation, but I am inspired. I am very excited about this thing you're doing for, you know, the educational system in Ghana. If you have to say one thing to God, especially because you grew up in, you know, a Christian home and you understand the factor that God plays in your life, what would you say to him about this school and this edifice and everything that has happened in your life?
Hey,
we're getting some chi. Probably the only chi you know.
This is all the blessing of God, you know. The thing about it, when God bless you, you don't do the right thing, it could go away.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people we have to do the right thing. It's, you know, and I'm just doing God's blessing. I'm just giving back, you know, and I want to thank Him for His blessings.
Yeah.
Thank Him for taking me out of nothing and bring me into something and bring me back to something, make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
So I want to thank Him for everything He's done in my life and what He continues to do, because it's not over.
Yeah,
just the beginning.
it isn't. Can Ghana start producing its own products eventually?
I hope so. I mean, I was very pissed about the toothpick when I heard about toothpick not being made. I'm about to go cut the trees myself and make some damn toothpick.
You have to replant them. I mean, you know, there's a whole lot about reforestation and deforestation.
But I think we have all the resources. We have so much. We need to just get more. I want people to come back home and let's invest in our country.
Yeah, indeed.
You know, let's I know sometimes it become very difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult sometimes. But you know, don't give up. Don't give up on your country, on your homeland.
Don't give up. And they should reduce the prices of items.
Oh,
quite
definitely.
Expensive.
Very, everything. I mean, I feel so bad for the locals. You know what I'm saying? But hope is on its way.
Definitely, hope is on its way. Is there a reason for this arc here? Does it represent
you know what?
anything?
It was supposed to
an architectural design.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a MB.
Oh.
It's supposed to be like an M, and this was, I don't know how.
Oh, you're kidding. This was supposed to be an MB?
That's the M right there, and the B is inside of it.
Is it too late to put the B somewhere?
But actually my school logo is going to go right here.
Oh, cool.
So something's going to go right there.
I see. Interesting. At least we found out something.
Yeah.
Because I was curious. I thought it was
and
just
you probably wondering about these flags. Of course, Ghana is my blood. Liberia raised me. I got some discipline in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
I was in Nigeria for 3 years.
Really?
And after that's why I got my most discipline.
My
mom left me with this Igbo family in Enugu. Yes, I was there for like 3 years.
I see.
And you know why I had to leave Ghana?
Why?
I mean, you know why I had to leave Nigeria?
Why?
Because Ghana must go. I was there at that time.
You're kidding.
Not kidding. That's why I had to leave. And then the United States is...
So that was when you moved to the United States?
Well, I went back to Liberia and then went to the United States.
And then after that?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
So those flags all mean something very special to me.
Interesting. Anyway, this is beautiful. I love it. And thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
I know you're going to the school park or somewhere
Well, it's I guess the community soccer park.
Okay. There's a soccer, competition.
I have the Michael Blackson World Cup. So, I was trying to figure something to do for the bigger guys, the 17 to 22-year-olds.
Okay.
And so we put a team. They put the teams together, 10 teams.
Yeah.
I made them all jerseys.
Okay.
Funded the whole tournament. It's been going on for like a whole week. So today's the finals.
So today's the climax.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to follow you to the place if that's okay. So we can take a look.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And yes,
Anytime.
we're going to the park now.
Yes.
Let's go play some soccer after that. Do you play soccer yourself?
I play a little bit.
What do you say? What does Ubua mean?
Right.
So let's go that way. One goal, and there's a soccer competition between Nananum FC and Vibes FC here at Agona in Sabah. We're still here, of course, hanging out with Michael Blackson after taking a look at that spectacular building that he put up for pupils in the community to offer free education to them. We're here where a soccer competition is also being organized in honor of him and what he's done for his community. And so it's been quite a successful journey, I must say. And I hope that as many people can I hope that ball is not coming, but as many people can also do this to give back to the society and to their communities as well. It's very important. This has been TV3 New Day. I hope you've enjoyed this piece, of course, with Michael Blackson as our feature. We'll be back with more, but until then, let's go back. It's time for some football. Let's go.